Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Spearhead cast with me, Matt. We've been 2-2 for you all here on the Forgotten Battle on the variants of the map where it's a 2v2 map. Forgotten Battle is a very popular map that we've seen in various versions. It has like a big town here in the center with a lot of varied infrastructure sometimes. You have a little bit of a forest here in the south that circles around to a field. And kind of the same up north here, kind of like, almost as a little bit of a mirror. Well, not so much of a farm up north, just mostly forest. Anyway, let's go for the players. Moves into Germans today. We have Orkan as Waffen-SS for the commander. And Arkan straight at the gate with Panzer Tactics for the Waffen-SS. Moves in the Allies today. We have a combined Western Allied force of Likelies as Tank Destroyer Company for the United States of America. And Mano as Royal Tank Regiment for the British Commonwealth. We need to see how the Allied forces do today. I'm quickly moving out. Looks like Orkan also going for commander. It is gonna be Sturm. It should be very interesting to see. Americans will soon encounter Sturm Pioneers down here, I reckon. Americans move well pretty fast trying to get to the field point. The Germans realize what's about to happen. The force will provide a lot of light cover though, which will actually be the Sturm Pioneers' advantage, I think. At least for a while, because the Americans are quickly getting up with more riflemen. Which I don't think the Sturm Pioneers are prepared for. This is just a normal victory point game rather than the conquest modes we've been seeing recently. So it's good to see a little bit of a variety in things we get to see, you know? The Germans managed to get the northern one up here. Fighting against the British Sabres, taking cover behind the stone wall. The sandbags will certainly allow the Sturm Pioneers to have a good advantage there. Now the British force is just slowly capturing ground in the rear here. You want to connect your points as quick as possible. So the Sturm Pioneers have to pull back. After 5 minutes pushing up, they're encountering Sturm Grenadiers inside the structure. It's been tossed. The pineapple grenade. Oh, suppressing the Germans. Germans will need to get out of there. Oh, that's painful. And that's the Sturm Grenadier squad. That's going to be very costly to replace. Maybe we have some Ballonian volunteers here for the Waffen-SS. We also have some Hitler youth here for the other Waffen-SS player. Really spreading out. Sturm Grenadiers managed to get to the northern flank to support the Sturm Pioneers holding the ground. British Sabres are slowly getting good shots off. Also the rifle section is going to join them. Trying to quickly get behind the heavy cover here. You have the Hitler youth flanking the other squad. The structure will only have one window though, which is not going to be very efficient. But it's being popped in by the Hitler youth. The British cannot hold that position for much longer. Sabres have lost some casualties there, or some casualties. Rifle section is doing their best they can though. Sabres are suffering heavy losses. Have to pull back, he needs to vault over, and then just get out of there. Goes to the Hitler youth are ready to cut them off. And that's not looking good for the British forces. Yeah, I don't think the British can hold this line. They are suffering tremendous casualties. That was going to try and go for it, but I don't think they're going to make it. Yeah, the Hitler youth are just cutting them all off. Very well played there from Ark and just flanking around with the Hitler youth. Just allowing them to completely win that side. The British got too bogged down in this little area up here. They can cover their flanks well enough. It's going to allow the Waffen-SS to really roll up. But meanwhile, the Americans are securing more ground. American riflemen can be pretty efficient. With an MG-44 arriving here with some stormtroopers manning it. Unique if you're playing as Sturm. Also, it has a really good combat retinue to help hold it. Because machine gun needs to set up somewhere quick. High chance of being overrun out here in the forest. Very risky. The tossing guys. Bottle grenade there. Not bottle grenade, a smoke grenade. But he still got killed. The biggest machine gun did its job. So the British need some more actual infantry out there in the field. We have a second Mthis machine gun coming up as well. Hitler youth taking cover behind the sandbags. Vickers sitting about in the open. Not most advisable, but with the second Vickers I think it'll be enough. That's going to be a lot of machine gun fire coming towards these Hitler youth. And they are low quality infantry, so they will be easily suppressed. And I mowed them down quick. So the Sturm Pioneers is securing the center from the Americans here. Below inside countering the American force. We do an MG inside the structure here. And the Americans good overview of this part of the town. The American riflemen are doing a pretty damn good job of it, considering everything. The British forces trying to set up over here. Because Machine Gun needs to quickly turn around and deal with these Hitlerjuf. They do have retinue down here. They've set up a Fort Head encampment from the Sappers, which seems to be enough to help them. Hitlerjuf gets mowed down. Looks like the British might actually make a comeback here. Perhaps they're going to end up going for a battle group instead to recuperate their losses. Indeed they are. We see the new Sealanders being called in here. Very nice to see the Kiwis on the front line. That's very unique. It's been testing the American squads. Forcing them off. Didn't do too much damage though. And another American squad is covering the angle around here. Neither side is losing points at the moment. Here comes the Kiwis, and I don't think the Germans are prepared for the New Zealanders. And this machine gun's not going to be enough against the half-track and everything. Although I think I need to disembark the New Zealanders and get them into the action. New Zealanders can be equipped with some very decent equipment, so you don't know what they'll do. But looks like they're going to go straight for the not victory point, the fuel point up in the north. We're back in here for the storm tactics, but not much else. 80 gun coming out for the Americans. And the Germans need to get some kind of AT or at least anti-vehicle equipment out, because this half-track is going to be a problem. A defensive caliber machine gun can do a lot of work. As they're securing the points. They're trying to get around the flank though, but they've already been spotted. They're going to try and rush up. They don't have Panzerfaust though, I think. Nah, it's just suicide. It's good to see that Mano went for a battle group instead of trying and make a comeback quick. Battle groups can sometimes do is add a little bit of extra numbers you need. Well, I'm not sure how much the New Zealanders saw action on the Western Front. And I'm sure they had some units over there. British forces up inside the church. MT-42 is able to suppress the machine gunner. There's still something else from the Lee Enfields every now and then. Just a few shots every now and then. Yeah, we're going with the Charlton automatic rifle, which is, I believe, very unique to New Zealand. It's basically a modified Lee Enfields, which can use a Bren magazine. A very unique setup for a gun. And that's an MT-42 they could steal. MT-42s are pretty useful. And even with double Charlton, you can still get out more weapons for them. That is very unique for these squads. But the Germans are securing the central victory point here. Also brought an officer to our in the town here in Untersturmführer. Help oversee the battle. But the American machine gun is doing its best here. 80 gun is also helping provide a little bit extra shells. American riflemen in the flank trying to apply some more pressure, but it's not really working out for them. Artillery strike being called in here. A quick mortar barrage in this area. Americans still holding the line. There's a command half-track right here for the Germans. We also see a pack brought up, which will certainly be able to threaten the half-track. The Sealanders have really been pinned down by the command half-track's machine gun. Plus the Sturm Pioneers managed to get the MT-42 here back. The British forces have spread out a little bit further this time. One New Zealand squad has been pinned to the ground. That'll be an easy target here for the pack. Oh, it survived! That's very rare. Artillery strike being called here by the command half-track. Right here in the structure. Just light mortar strikes, but it might be enough if it hits correctly. But the roof might be well enough here. It looks like it survives pretty easily. Now the Americans setting up their own forwarding camera down here. Now they can get the 442nd, which is the American-Japanese regiment, I'm pretty sure. So an American regiment made up of Japanese Americans. The Nisei, or Nisei, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. They were deployed on the Western Front. That's actually a pretty good movie about them, I think. Panzergrenadiers on the move here for the Waffen-SS, moving up with their Sturmgewehrs. Trying to doing an assault by the New Zealanders and quickly mowing them down with the Charltons. It's being tossed. Yeah, those Charltons unload a lot of firepower. It's also being equipped on one squad. Man have to take a step for holding on. Its armor's holding up against all this firepower coming towards it. Once that Piet hits, that might be enough. Oh, they actually killed the gunner. Then have to right want to get out of there. How much else action going on at the rest of the battle? British are taking up back at the base. Americans also taking up. American aides got him to the southern flank to help hold it.
Go ahead, standing by.
Nice, decent match so far. I have a very scratchy itch on my back. Very annoying. It's like in a spot I can't reach. I hate when I have that. I need to get myself a back scratcher. Back scratcher! Back scratcher! That would be nice to have. We have a Puma here from the Waffen-SS in the center. Americans do have a 80 gun down south, so let's see if they do if the Puma rolls into action. It's just staying in reserve, keeping an eye on the center road. Also, the squad of Panzerjägers here. Just waiting around. Give them some hands to get over to the northern point. New Zealanders are not really doing too well. Truck is coming onto the field. He is trying to hit the command half track, but so far failing. We do clear out in another squad. Oh, he hits. Now the Germans are in big trouble. They have to pull their officer back. Panzergrenadiers managed to grab the MG42. Those Charltons are doing a lot of good work. The Charlton on the magic rifle. Doing a lot of good work here for the Commonwealth. The Allies still need to secure one of the victory points at the center. They're still losing points very slowly. Still no armored presence from the United States being prepared. The Germans sending more troops into the town. They've also booby-trapped some of the residential buildings, just in case. They have a recon flight going overhead here from the Germans. Trying to keep an eye on what the Americans are doing. It is being shot at, though, by the looks of it. I feel the base defenders should not be allowed to shoot at the planes, to be honest. There's some action going on here. Some Germans encountering some more American riflemen. So you need to be very careful around that corner. You have the Hauptsturmführer here. Unique to Sturm is the fact that he has a grenade pistol, the Sturmpistole, which is very unique. So we have an artillery strike being called in there too. Also, the Hauptsturmführer is going for precision strikes. That's going to be 15 centimeters. That's some pretty big howitzer shells. Also, some stormtroopers infiltrated in the area. Quickly realizing the Americans are quite dug in this part of the town. Where are they going to set up the Sturm officer is the question. He's calling a precision strike over here. Americans will have to abandon these building blocks because that 15 centimeters is going to come in hot. Oh, they don't. Oh, it's going to be coming in. Boom! Killed a tank on the squad nearby and set some of the buildings ablaze. We have some fuel being airdropped in the British base. So the British might be going for an early tank then. Or at least as fast as they can. The Germans are just taking in and waiting. The Americans still have to fight hard for the town here. Germans getting to the other victory point. We have an A2 Sherman being prepared by the United States. We'll see if that'll give them the power they need to push forwards. Have some few heading down here. Put the calling in some kind of auto attack, so it's going to be 12 centimeter mortars. And some pretty big mortar shells. They're coming in here shortly. And there they come. Doing some good damage there to the American MG team, but they mostly survive. No casualties. Just some wounds. That said, the Germans are still so far loose. The Americans are still so far loose in the town battle. The Germans are so far having the upper hand thanks to the storm forces. You know, the Germans also pushing north over here. The crew of a command tank without their vehicle here fighting. New Zealand's getting back into action. Charlton's quickly into work. The Charlton is amazing! Holy shit! We need to see more New Zealanders. They are amazing with that gun. Like, it is just neutered the Panzer Grenadiers of the Panzer infantry forces of the Waffen-SS on the northern flank. We do have a command tank coming onto the field. We also have a house few pushing forward. That's the crew from the command half-track. Still operating at the front line. And the Americans are trying to get around the flank down here slowly. Because they're having a hard time getting for the points in the center, that's for certain. That A2 Sherman might just turn the tide. We'll see what they do with it. Man tank slowly creeping up here for the Germans. Some kind of artillery strike on the New Zealanders. But their officer squad is suffering losses because of it. Have to quickly pull back. That is... I think there's like some kind of artillery that it gets harsher the longer you stay in the circle, which will certainly be a problem for the British. Oh, they're also still in the circle up there. That's going to be real bad for the British forces soon. Yeah, the shell's starting to hit. Oh, 80 gun hits the command tank though. It looks like the artillery barrage ended, so the British are fine. The command tank is cleared out. Oh wait, artillery's still going. Never mind. And that's the Commonwealth forces up there, then, including one of the Kiwi squads. And the New Zealanders. Artillery strike has been called in. They have to make good use of their officers. The Americans are probably getting ready to push up here. They've also got the 28th here. Unique rifleman available to US tank destroyer. Pretty decent rifleman, can be equipped with a lot of anti-tank equipment. Now the A2 Sherman is on the move. Be very cautious with its movements. These buildings have been blown up. Looks like the booby trap got triggered. We have more New Zealanders called in, including a Churchill Mark 7. We believe this is another battle group. And this Churchill should be pretty damn potent. It can be equipped to fire high explosive rounds. They can be pretty good dealing with infantry formations. Honestly, the New Zealanders with the Charlton is pretty damn good. What else does it say about it? In fact, both New Zealand and Australia. Don't know much else about it. Germans are doing a little bit of an infantry assault here, but they're encountering the Sherman. Looking in the machine gun. Pack hits the Sherman. He has to pull back quick. Ooh, bounced in the second shell. American officer on the flank. Artillery called in on the pack position. Sherman is still holding. So the Sherman manages to back off. Just barely. Still up here in New Zealand, preparing another push. Churchill's almost in range. He has been equipped with high explosive rounds. I don't think the Germans are prepared for dealing with a Churchill. Especially a Churchill Mark 7. Especially an up-armored one. That's going to be a very hard nut to crack. Especially if it's supported by infantry. And New Zealand needs to start advancing. Guess they can support the tank's push. They're just trying to figure out what to do from here, I suppose. But the Allies are still losing victory points slowly. They got a Victus K on top. It's gonna give them a lot of extra firepower. Need to be careful with these Hitlerjugend though. They do have Panzerknackers. Oh, good shot! High explosive rounds from the British Mark 7 just does so much work. Just be careful. Hit the Euphoria to Panzerknacker if it pushes through those bushes. Oh god. They Panzerknackered it. Will that be enough to destroy it? It is. Yamano probably overextended it. You've not gotten that close to the Hitlerjugend. A Panzerknacker can destroy basically any tank. But you have to be right up on the tank to plant it. So the fighting continues down here. But not much change in the area of control. So the Allies need to get to another victory point. They are still losing points slowly.
There's a major reporting for action.
American machine gun moving up quick. That's gonna really slow down the British losing that Churchill. That must hurt. Churchill's not easy to replace like that. They're going in on the American machine gun. So it might be heavy more. It might be a precision shot actually. Yep. Demolishes the buildings, but the squad survives. You see them as they're assaulting? Get that war cry, I think. Oh, they did second to none. Ooh. That's the war cry, the Haka, which is the Maori battle cry. Maori being like the native population of New Zealand, I'm pretty confident. The Polynesian people. Have some pretty cool customs and very cool tattoos. Not something I would ever do personally, obviously, because I am a wimp. I do not want to feel the pain of having a tattoo. Overall, it looks like the Germans sending up a lot more troops here. We're pulling back here to the fort encampment. Yeah, the British, they don't really have the units to hold this ground. This 80 gun is probably not going to make it. They're slowly being whittled away by all these Kar-98s. Now the Germans have managed to get to the victory point down here. Stormtroopers equipped with some Sturmgewehr. 8 Sherman preparing to move up. Those are the Sherman 76 prepared behind us. More Sturmgewehrs also around. Panzerschreck misses. Needs to focus on the pack. Misses because all the stone walls in the way. Sherman gets cleared out. Not looking for the United States here. They're in a very vulnerable position. And without any victory points, the Germans are just going to start winning very rapidly. So the Sherman 76 rolling up here. I believe the British were going for comets. Indeed they are. You've seen this getting up behind this heavy cover. These are their Charltons. Again, I feel these Charltons are doing a very good work. Still suffering losses though, but they are replenishing thanks to the medic post back here. Just be careful around this corner. Or the balloons will not turn the right way. Made them an easy target. Oh, good instinct rate though. Almost killed them. Give another fuel airdrop for the Allied forces. Managed to decapture one point, but that's about it. Yeah, the Allied forces are not really getting much headway down there anymore. And New Zealanders need to move. That circle is going to be the death of them all. They need to get out of that circle. Oh, yeah, because the shells are going to start landing. As you can see, basically neuting the Allied forces. Commodore has arrived on the field here, being equipped with some white phosphorus rounds. Will certainly do some good job. But I feel like the Germans have the upper hand. Had that for a little bit now. Americans just really cannot get to the point. You see some kind of artillery strike going in here. That might be 106.7 millimeter. Huh. Very unique little barrage here from the American captain. That's a very unique millimeter. Huh. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Enemies are swarming one of our emplacements.
That's it. The Allies not doing too hot. Stormtroopers on the move here, advancing. There's some Valonians. Getting onto the points. Stormtroopers do catch a point pretty damn fast. They're meant to be very good assault infantry after all, securing a lot of ground. Meanwhile, the Allies pushing up here. New Zealanders in the common advancing. They need to stop that pack. Looks like the Germans have captured the Vickers. Who's fighting against the New Zealanders. Explosive 1 million here by the pack. Mthis hits the wreck of the Panzer IV. Explosive 1 being loaded here. Hits, but doesn't do much damage. New Zealanders being moved down now in the open there. Rest of the New Zealanders have to pull back. Commons also pull back for repairs. Not doing too hot there. Well done here. The Americans still attempting. Not doing too hot though. Also an American recon team on the field. Also a German sniper in this little remains of the building. I believe the SS sniper is very much unique to SS Sturm. Normally I don't think the SS gets snipers. But made in the field for the US tank destroyers. Oh, his plan is. Germans certainly had to work overtime. Another Churchill right here with some more New Zealanders. Another Churchill Mark 7. I'm pretty sure Manor will not do the same mistake of getting too close to Hitler Youth anymore. Germans have also brought up a second pack. And some more anti-tank equipment. New Zealanders ready for action. One of the squads is actually Veterans 4. Oh, major mode down there. Wants him to call in on the American positions now. They need to scatter quick. Just light bonus though. Could have been worse.
One of our fighting positions is sustaining fire.
That's a 4G in the move.
Armor here.
So the New Zealanders ready to make their move. They're just waiting for this Churchill. He's using high explosive rounds, which will certainly help. It's going to be a big push. The Germans hold the ground. They need to move behind the Churchill. That is a lot of New Zealanders. SS Recon team got smoked, gets hit by the high explosive round. Very unfortunate. Artillery being hauled in here on them. Okay, what kind of artillery strike though? widespread artillery. It's not very accurate and just hits across the front line, or at least in this area. Maybe lots more artillery also happening down here by the sounds of it. And the American forces are not really having an easy time pushing up. Tank Hunters might fail to penetrate with their bazooka. German 76 pushing forwards. 76 should have a decent chance against the Panzer IV. It's a penetration there, but it might be destroyed now by Panzerfaust. Yep. Goes preparing to make his push. They need to clear out the they forced the Panzerjägers off. Now they need to focus on the packs. He's just slowly drive this thing forward. It does have a lot of armor. The frontal armor of the Churchill is nothing to scoff at. Also have an officer running by a universal carrier. Need to pull the lieutenant out. Well, that happens. Command Panther arriving on the front line here though for the Germans, which will be a little bit of a problem for the Commonwealth, but they do have the Comet to help deal with that. Here another recon run from the Germans flying overhead on the southern flank. Americans can get no reprieve. Oh, Churchill's taking some heavy hits there from the packs. Yes, the Command Panther. Commander's not just not in range. There's a British 80 gun somewhere. Oh damn, good shot! That's gonna force that Panther off for a bit. Commander does get some pretty good shots off. Good high explosive round there from the Churchill. Down here, the Americans are still in trouble. Still being shelled. Ducky arriving here for the Waffen-SS.
Grab your shit. Send orders. Armor ready.
So the New Zealanders are doing another push. There's a lack of machine guns now to stop them. They need to just advance and make the best of it. There's a great chance to get their troops out to hold the line. Hitler Youth rushing forwards to get behind cover. Hansgrenadiers coming up behind. But the Allies are down to 100 points. The Allies need to get to the points, or it's just going to be over. They're running out of time. The British are making a move for the north for victory point. They need to get onto the points after all. I think these New Zealanders can manage it. Yeah, they're capturing one of them. That'll buy them some time. Not sure how much time, but it'll be something.
Ready for orders. We've 75 points remaining.
That's a good big grenade, I think. Yeah, fairly big. Oh, it's a white phosphorus grenade. They might allow the Allied force to get onto the points. Command Panther getting through the brush there. Oh, being popped there by the Comet. Doesn't save it though. Need to get onto the other point. The Allies have basically no points left. They're basically running on fumes at this point. Even though the Americans are just suffering down here. There's still time to fight against the Germans. Germans are just not lasting long enough. But the Ally... Oh shit, the Allies did not get the point. Shit.
Tank support is here.
So they have bought themselves a little bit of time by controlling one of them. Lieutenant's being killed. Get some more New Zealanders moving up.
Lost an officer in action.
But Hitler, you for coming to flank. British are getting onto the central victory point. Watson is being popped in. They do decapture it. Command Panther's trying to take it away. Using a captured Panzerfaust, very good shot there from the New Zealanders.
Infantry ready to spot and attack nearby enemy vehicles.
The Allies certainly are not done yet. They just need to keep their eyes on these points and hold them. We have another comment coming out here for the British Commonwealth. Churchill's going to probably be in defensive duty around this part of the town now. That's a lot of work ahead of it. Needs to be careful against the... where's the Panther? I guess the Panther's not there, but... oh, he still lost his main gun! The Churchill has to pull back for repairs. German heading for the center here. This is going to become a very close battle. Well, not really close. The Germans still have the upper hand. They can take their time. They've got plenty of reserve points to work with. They're in no rush, while the Allies have to just do everything they can to hold at least 2 of the points. The battle's going to be quite intense for these 2 points, I reckon. An M10. That's indeed an M10. M10 Wolverine is going to be coming in for the American forces. New Zealanders might not be enough. That's a Red 65 squad though. Very impressive. Like, these New Zealanders have done a lot of good work. Give my praise to the Anzac.
There's a Comet tank ready to go.
Another squad coming up here. We're driving behind cover. Another squad, like a lot of Anzac forces here. German gets cleared out. Ballonians on the point. That's not looking good for the Allied forces. What's been called in on the Anzac forces? The Zealanders doing their best to try and move. They have a cover confidence center. White artillery. They force the Ballonians off. Common fails to penetrate and gets cleared out. That's an ammo rack. Ammo cooked off. Germans just going to rush to the central point here. Germans going to be relocated northwards. I don't think it's going to be enough. Germans also pushing for the other point slowly. Applying all the pressure they need to. Churchill's ready for action again, but will it be enough? I don't think it will.
Enemy threatening a capture point. Squad knocked out. A new infantry section is ready for battle.
Need to focus on the Hitler Youth. Too late. I don't think the Allies can make a comeback now. This is all the artillery lands to try and prevent the Germans, but they've already got the points.
The enemy is down to 25 points.
Now the command Panther's here to deal with the Churchill. Injuring the driver. It was a brave attempt from the Allies in the end here, but it's just not enough. The Allies are still just pumping units onto it to try and see if they can make a difference. But it just won't be enough. The Germans are just holding it with tanks. Getting out that half track.
Push the attack. They are down to 10 points.
And the Allied forces will have to withdraw. They just cannot fight here. Germans got this area too well locked down. Ammo rack on the Churchill. Pretty damn impressive shot there. And with that, the Germans win this one. Quite an intense match. I enjoyed to see all the New Zealanders and see the Charlton in action. They did amazing with those Charltons. I hope you all enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.